celebrating. It was just reaching the top of the light towers, and as it was coming down here, both arms out, kind of extremely presumptuous that catch was going to be taken. That putting a lot of pressure on the middle fielder.
Went so high. Josh Inglis, the new man in at 3. Is the cricket for Remitly and Fujitsu. Remitly easy app to send money worldwide. 1 for 6, so this is a good start here. Big game for India, of course. They almost have to win tonight. The series alive. Of course, technically they can obviously win the last couple and finish on 2.5 wins each, but a lot of work to do. 4 on the ring, wide mid off, extra cover, back point, short third and a slip. 2 in the ring on the onside. Inglis guides it to that short third. Run.
Yes, quite a unique field, really showing his hand in terms of the line he's going to have to bowl. So that deep backward square and quite a traditional fine leg of the 2 men outs. If he offers Inglis any width, he'll be throwing absolutely everything he's got. Maybe a bumper up front.
Fabulous start here to the Indians. Seen with the early wicket. The right-hander Inglis on strike. Punches through the offside, can't beat the field. That's a great start to India after 1 over. Australia 1 for 6.
With over 1 billion vehicles on the road worldwide, finding one of yours can be tricky. But with vehicle tracking systems by Radius Telematics, they'll not only...
Marsh, first cab off the rack. Jasper Bumrah, welcome to you, Mitch. This will be a test, early breaks. He's bowling here from the Church Street end. Marsh on strike. Bumrah with that action that only he does. Flicked away on the onside for a 4. A big in-swinging delivery, and he helped it. It's on its way over square leg.
Yep, good swing. Maybe just a little straight. Marsh just got enough bat on it. I wouldn't say it was convincing, but with that field, again, no one really had square leg. It was quite a traditional fine leg.
Got it out of the screws, didn't he? It was a funny shot, but yeah, you're right. It was a bit
I'm not convinced.
Righto. I'll bow to your better judgment. Jasper Bumrah. Square up, Mitch Marsh, who takes off for a single, did well. That'll bring Inglis on strike. I hope we're not wasting the best years of Josh Inglis as an international cricketer. He's already turned into his 30s. I still think he's got so much upside. Back to that test tank we were talking about as well, Brett. If there's another mid-order candidate, this is the guy.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it a comment that sucks for poor Inglis, who's a phenomenal talent, but isn't it a good thing for Australian cricket if we've got really strong domestic performers who could be playing international cricket anywhere else in the world, waiting in the wings? It's a sign that we're getting back to the glory days, perhaps, of the early 2000s.
Bumrah from the Church Street end. Oh, the reverse sweep. That's audacious, and it's got him. He's okay. He's walked across his stumps and tried to paddle. That first cab off the rank to Jasper Bumrah. The audacity, Brett.
I think that's how you die. That's it's not a great strategy. It's a decent delivery, going to hit the top of leg from Bumrah, and it's just hit Inglis right. Oh, actually, I thought it got him in the heart. It was inside of the leg.
Yes. Bounced up a little from there. Bumrah continuing. That seaming into leg stump. It's a beautiful piece of bowling. Tell us about his action, his unusual run up, the whole package. What do you see as a form a great fast bowler.
Well, it's so I think form of great fast bowlers a little maybe
Only burst in this box play from Australia from my understanding.
quite a long
I
boat.
dreamed about it for years.
But you would not teach kids to bowl like this. So amble in for your run up, and then just give everything you've got through what is really a hyperextended elbow and freak shoulder.
1 for 11. Full delivery, punched away, decent bit of fielding. I pick up an easy single in the end. The Henley Holmes scoreboard. Henley Holmes, hard to beat. Ask the other builders, then come back to us. Dead battered it with an angle back down the middle of the ground. 1 for 12.
Hi, Mark Taylor here. We may not be able to control everything, but with Fujitsu's Anywhere ducted smart climate control, you can control the temperature in your home wherever you are. And right now, when you purchase a Fujitsu ducted system, you'll receive a digital prepaid MasterCard valued up to $4. Keeping us for 50 years, just get to. It's a every day.
Simple model by 1. Claim by 50. 26. Retainers, and exclusions apply. .au/promo.
Deep sing to continue here to Inglis. Tries to punch it on the onside. Hits the pad. They'll run away for a leg by.
Yeah, with this field, the left armour to Inglis, the deep backward square, and quite a traditional
Just towards you, actually, Mitch.
fine leg. I mean, it's really a couple of options. It's full and straight at the stumps, or it's back of length, or it's a bumper. Full and straight that time. A little bit of swing back into Inglis. You'd be encouraged by that swing. I think if you'd be really keen to see Inglis back on strike. Think of the two guys here, Mitch Marsh's form. Certainly that plan that he's got. Big chance of capturing Inglis in front.
Sing to continue on that hit. Here's tucks around the corner. Not a lot of bad in of if any. 1 for 13. Was a single? Yes. No, it was called a leg by. Didn't look to have a lot of that on it for Fujitsu. Just get a Fujitsu, Australia's favourite air. 1 for 13. What a beautiful night press. We've had the most, for anyone listening around the world, and we aren't cheerleading Tasmanians, or Brett thinks I am, but he is a bit too. He loves living here. We've had rubbish weather the last 6 weeks, which has just been horrid. Today, summer's come all at once. Flicked away, down the leg side, should be caught, and is. Singh's got a couple. Inglis has got to go. It was a simple catch for Patel. And just like that, Australia 2 for 13.
Yep, he's going to be sitting next to Travis Head in the sheds, and they'll be looking at each other, shaking their heads. Again, I think he's going to want that one back. The plan was quite clear. Get the thing at middle and leg, varying length, a little bit of shape. Inglis, he's tried to go with it and really use his pace against him. But I think because of the poppiness in the wicket, it's just a little invariable. The bounce is just held up. He didn't get it out of the middle. He could do no more than hit it straight down the throat of the fine leg fielder.
And the good news from a local perspective, Brett, not that you want to be 2 for 13 too often, but Tim David, early exposure to the Hurricanes superstar, of course, he'll be followed by Mitch Owen at number 5. So early wickets.
Leg start.
Good stuff from India to start things here.
Well, if you're India, this is exactly the scenario that you want to see Tim David batting in, 2 for 14. The last time you want to see him is 2 for 120 with 8 overs to go, because that is when he's at his most damaging. And I think we've seen throughout his Hurricanes journey, him being exposed too early has been a problem for him. He's a bit of a cream player, isn't he? Bring him. So would it have been worth holding him back, holding him and Owen back, maybe promoting, who would we have seen? Stoinis, maybe, you know, who can maybe be a little bit more conventional.
Matthew Short's the other one who
Short.
he's gone down the order of recent times. So David on strike. Singh driving through the covers boundary. Well, if there was any issues about Tim David coming in early, and Brett's so right. Over the years, we've seen that when he's come in early, he's struggled a little. That was not a problem. Beautiful shot, 2 for 18.
If you ask any bat in the world of any age, what ball would you like up front? Please give me that juicy half volley right on off stump, and Tim David had to work that a little bit. It's a beautiful stroke. I just think he's got that wrong. You know, Tim David is he's a bit of a compulsive hooker and puller, and with the variable bounce that this wicket's shown already, I would have loved to have seen him maybe take a quick peek upstairs for one. It might not be too late. They've now got an extremely short backward square leg. He's a catcher, deep forward square, traditional fine leg. Quite a unique field for a T20 international.
Fujitsu get the Fujitsu, Australia's favourite air. Singh to continue, 2 for 18. Flicks it off the pads, straight to the field. A little misfield, but no damage done. Vibrant start here from the Indians. Last ball coming up of the third over. There's Sharma, who very, very bubbly in the stumps, Mike, the keeper. Some good energy. Last ball of the third over. Singh. Short delivery, and he nearly dragged it on. Brett Jeeves wanted the one upstairs, and it nearly got the wicket. The end of 3 overs, all thanks to SEN T20 cricket for Remitly. And Fujitsu, 2 for 18.
Need truck parts? Get expert service from the team that
There's not much Marsh could do with that.
Yeah, and that's a good sign of how hard Boomer is to play. That's a full toss. Big swing. So fast. Any other bowler in international cricket bowls a full toss, they get dealt with. Boomer just getting a bit of shape.
Just looking at the Chemist Warehouse replay screen, it wasn't far away from dragging that one down. The last ball, the last over from David. Marsh on strike. Oh, he nearly chops it on. Golly, up on his toes, tried to fly it through the offside, only to drag it on behind square for a single.
I think the Indians have read this wicket quite well. They won the toss and elected to bowl. It's been quite poppy. Boomer really banging that in, and Marsh threw his shot way too early. Ball getting stuck in the surface. Maybe a little too paced to start, and that's where that bounce to David in particular, who's a compulsive hooker. It's a real strength, but early on this type of wicket, it can also bring you unstuck.
2 on the fence, deep square leg and deep fine leg. Bumrah tries to cut away and he misses it through to the keeper, Sharma. Follow SEN Cricket on Instagram, X, TikTok for all the highlights of the summer of cricket, plus the latest analysis, opinion and fun across the SEN network. 2 for 19. The local hero, not that Tim David's not, but Nick Sharon almost goes to a next level. He's in next Stoinis short to come. So, great opportunity here for India to have a good peek at the middle order. Full delivery, punished away through the covers. Golly, stand and deliver. Tim David, 0 footwork.
Yeah, that's a good call, David. 0 footwork. Hit so hard
Max
through points. seam from Bumrah. Tim David just opens up his front leg and gives himself some access.
For Liquorland, cheers Liquorland. Choose to drink wise. It was a good shot. Ringfield in, 2 on the fence, still on the onside. 2 for 23. Bumrah charging in. Wait. Angled back, trying to split the gap through third, couldn't do so. Dot ball from Bumrah.
Change up there from Bumrah, slow ball. Well executed. Obviously David didn't pick it up. He was only able to really dab at it.
Well, 1 ball, Brett. 23 only. This is an excellent start from India. Last ball of the over. Bumrah's second, 2 for 23. David on strike. Full delivery executed perfectly. And get through for a single. But he jammed that Yorker in at the leg stump. The Henley Holmes scoreboard. Henley Holmes, hard to beat. Ask the other builders, then come back to us, henleyholmes.com.au. It's 2 for 24. Right, we come to the attack here. Change of bowling. Sink did well off the top with a couple of wickets. So a big change in approach here now from the left arm seam. They're just a little wobblers, if you like, and the first one's in for a boundary. That's the problem. You don't want Tim David a sighter early.
Yeah, certainly not width. The fielding plan, again, showing his hand. Deep mid wicket, long on back, and then a real ring field on the offside. Means that realistically has to be an off stump, maybe no wider. That was borderline out on the wide line. That was a gift for Tim David.
David started in good touch. Down the ground, smoked into the crowds. Over mid-off. What power. Minimal feet again.
Well, he didn't need to. It was right in the slots. Poorly executed again. Tim David, a phenomenal cricket shot. Getting a look at his cricket bat on the replay. It's a very impressive bit of willow. He's absolutely slammed that. And that's the thing, when the ball's up in that slot, good players like Tim David can get that over mid-off with ease. It was a really well-executed shot.
David's 19 off 9. Firing early. Goes on the back foot, punches into the gap for a nice singles. Good crickets.
I wonder if there was a thought in Tim David's head right there that I won't take the single. Then this is a great matchup for him. 10 off the first 2 balls. I know it's a left of centre, but
Stay on strike.
yeah, if he knocked back that single, I honestly wouldn't have minded it.
Making some boundaries for Liquorland. Cheers, Liquorland. Choose to drink wise. Score more this summer with Liquorland. Always choosing to drink wise. 2 for 35. Midway through the 5th over. Mitchell Marsh now on strike. Drive into mid-off. Can't beat the field. Dot ball.
Actually saw it in a club game not long ago. Charlie Joaquin was absolutely pummeling club cricket, and the off spinner bowled him a juicy one. He knocked it to long on and said, "No, I'd like to see a little bit more of this."
Worked in the onside. Oh, David was half a step away from making a bit of a blue there and getting halfway down with nowhere to go. Last ball of the overcoming. Run a decent 5 back after getting boundary 6. Still 11 off the over. There's a wide one. Fired in. It was a good delivery. Finishes the over okay after 5. For Henley Holmes, the scoreboard 2 for 35.
Got a Mack, Volvo, or Hino truck, or anything in between and need parts? Get into Truckline with over 7 ready to go. We've got Japanese, North American, and European trucks and trailers. Our expert team will have you back on the road. So, whether it's a new rig or has all the parts you need. Truckline.com.au for your new.
SEN T20 cricket for Remittley and Fujitsu. Fujitsu, just get a Fujitsu. It's Australia's favourite air. Boomer's going to get going here, Brett. Bowl is third on the bounce. David on strike, crouching down low. Width, and he can't do anything with it. A 4 in on the offside in the ring. A mid on, a mid wickets. 2 on the fence, deep. Backwards square leg and deep fine leg.
Generally averages between 12 and 15, so it's quite an unusual tactic to see a bowler bowl 3 on the bounce.
Full delivery, jammed out. That was on the bounce and flew away back at the points. So almost perfectly executed, but David somehow managed to punch it out of the middle. Brett, what a shot!
Well, he hit it straight into the hard surface, hence the pace and bounce off the wicket. It would have looked like a catch to anyone watching, but straight into the surface. Beautifully bowled from Boomer.
The Chemist Warehouse replay screen. Everyone didn't think it was a drop chance. It certainly wasn't. Marsh on strike here now. Down the ground. Not all of it. Going about 2/3 of the way to the fence. In fact, it was a decent bit of fielding from Yadab. It really got to it. And only got through with 1. That extra pace is just so hard to get away. Done for 14 midway through his third over.
Yeah, and that's where that stat comes with a little asterisk, unless you're Jasper Bumrah or elite level international superstar.
Zito brushless power tools. Do you? 2 for 37. David on strike. Smacks it over cover. What a shot. So laconic. Again, no need to move the feet when you've got an eye like David Foster, because he hits it like he's having an axe sometimes in his hand. Brett Jeeves, extraordinary.
Well, it's got some golf about it, hasn't it? Big backlifts, hands through the ball, a little bit of hip rotation, that back hip comes through. Yeah, it's beautiful timing.
Liquorland cheers. Liquorland choose to drink wise. Bumrah, first time he's looked a little vulnerable today. He's 25 off 13, Tim David. Looking quite venomous early. Short one, pulled away in front of square. The outfield's really quick, but they'll only get a single. Guided that one down nicely. David had to adjust mid-stroke.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Marsh and David are hustling too many twos there. That was easy too. David turned, put his bat down, and the fielder out of deep backward square there was still on the deck. They knocked back the second. They're dealing in boundaries, these two.
Dev trucks, D and F trucks, keep you moving. Bumrah to continue. It's now Marsh on strike. There's another fully on the pads. They only managed to get a single. That express pace. It's hard to pick up, sometimes even worse when it's a fully. After 6 overs, the Henley home scoreboard, 2 for 43.
At Metricon, at home, the striking look of a roof and the comfort of refrigerated cooling. My promotion is on now. Visit com.au. Conditions apply. 52967.
Staff trucks, keep you moving, just like the scoreboard is now after a slow start. Brett, Australia, Tassie, Hurricanes, got too much for Tassie Field. Australia's starting to roll a little bit, 2 for 43, 6 overs down. There's a drive down the ground. Aksar's coming to the attack here. Aksar Patel, so a different look again. Spin to win at the moment for India. Unorthodox. Over the wicket to the right-handed David. Punching through the covers, can't beat the field. SEN T20 cricket for Remittley. This time, does it get there over cover? Of course it does. About 10 or 12 rows back. And Brent James, I don't know how much of it he got either.
That is unreal. That is simply unbelievable. He's hit that over cover with no pace on it. So to be able to generate your own speed that's a freakish thing to do. What a cricket shot.
Liquorland cheers. Liquorland choose to drink wise. Score more this summer with Liquorland. Always choose to drink wise. Patel continues. David punching through the covers. Can't beat the field. So the momentum has changed. What was it? 2 for 24 after 4. So the last 2 and a bit overs have cost 20 odd. Oh. Now down the ground. Oh, golly. David Gibson, the kitchen sink.
Is that landed? That is on the roof of the David Boone stand. You will not see that. Seen it one time. Chris Gale in the first year of the BBL put one, hit an off. You know who was bowling that? He's hit that onto the David Boone stand. David.
Let's see where that's landed.
It's actually hit the Ninja Stadium sign and bounced back. That is unseen.
I think it was still going up.
Crazy. This is crazy.
It actually wasn't, but it almost was.
Oh,
What a shot from David. All right.
That is awesome.
Game on here, Brett. 38 off 18. Liquorland cheers. Liquorland choose to drink wise. And take a deep breath for a little bit. A single out to the sweeper.
G'day, it's Jason Cunningham. If you work on the tools, engineering, or in any special, and you need genuine tools as opposed to then come and do business with A Supplies. Family owned for generations. Have all your nuts, not to mention cutting tools, welding equipment, and it's just like our yeah, maybe not. A Supplies, London Drop. Ask for Brad.
Henley Holmes scoreboard starting to move. 2 for 57. Changing the bowling. Shivham moving into the attack, and he's going to be bowling here from the Church Street end, and he's got a man on a mission on strike in Tim David. Right arm over, wide delivery, cut away like a trace of bullets. Good heavens.
Those 2 shots in the last over, if you're listening and you can't see the game, get to social media or I don't know where you would see that. They are 2 of the best cricket shots I think I've ever seen. The shot over cover against the spinner, so hard to do. And then to hit one over the David Boone stand. That's a 1 in how long's that stand been there? 25 years? It's a 1 in 25-year hit.
Now he punches through the covers. Such good timing again. Catch every ball of the Ashes right here on SEN. Jared Waitley, Dunny, Fleming, Simon Kadich, Adam Collins, Rat Sundaresh and Stuart Broad headlining the team. Starts November 21 on SEN for the first test in Perth. We're all so excited for that. 2 for 62. We've gone 2 deliveries into the 8th over here. With a few little issues. He might feel like he gets a little bit of relief from Mitch Marsh, who hasn't quite got his eye just yet. What about the wrist behind point then? Just a single, it looked beautiful.
I think one of the big changes for Tim David, when we've seen him struggle in this scenario for the Hurricanes in years gone by, he's come out and tried to play like quite a conventional batsman, hit the ball along the ground, take what the bowler gives you. This is Tim David, ultimate counter-attack. His natural game, taking the game on. This has been electric.
David on strike. Short delivery. Cut away with power. 4 more, all along the carpets. The width was there, but he pounced so quickly. Easy pickings for David. And he's up to 50. just like that. What an innings that's been from the master blaster Hobart Hurricane.
Well, he's batting it very, very deep in his crease. Dubé just giving him the ultimate gift there. Cut shots. I remember many, many moons ago when I was at the academy, Rod Marsh used to say, if you can't hit a cut shot, you might as well give it up.
He's actually 48, a little tiny, just went a bit quick with the scoreboard. He will get to 50 probably by the next ball. 2 for 67. Hasn't this changed on its head the last 3 overs press? It was a great start from India. Suddenly they need to just find a way here to stem the flow a little bit. David on strike. Cut away. That'll be a boundary. And that'll be the 50. Move to 52. Tim David on his home ground in great touch.
He's out there playing bully ball schoolyard cricket. That shot there, I mean, again, Dubé's, he's got it all wrong there. They've been trying to manipulate the deep men on the offside. It's not a great tactic bowling cut shots. It doesn't matter how many men you've got out there trying to protect it. Player in the form and touch of David so far is just picking gaps.
Henley Holmes scoreboard. Tim David 52 off 23 deliveries, Brett. Just don't leave anywhere for the next half an hour. Because it feels like with this man, when he really wants to put on a big show, he's so capable. So laconic at the crease. They're moving the field around now, and you can understand the nervous energy here from the Indians. I just don't know whether Shivam Dubé started really well here either. He's given width on 3 or 4 of his 5 deliveries. Big shuffle up here, Brett, and now there's a change of gloves. Tim David says, you know what, if you've got blokes going to take 2 minutes here, I'm going to go change the gloves. So that's what he's done.
I'm not sure about that. Can you do that?
Gamesmanship. We saw that last game.
I think the umpire, Sam Nagoski, needs to take a little control there and just say, listen, Bow, I know you're 50 off 20, but we might just need to play some cricket here. Unless he's getting a painkiller of sorts.
I know, they were just gloves. 1,000 runs, by the way, to T20 runs for Tim David.
Yeah, very
I
impressive.
hazard a guess there's many, many more up his sleeve still.
Well, it's on Dubé here. He really needs to come up with a plan. He's got 2 covers quite straight, both on the ring, quite tight. It's a huge gap to mid-off. It's a huge gap to point. Third man's up in the circle. 3 men on the leg side. Back
See
and
it
square.
cricket for Remitli and Fujitsu. David driving down the ground. Doesn't get a lot of it this time. Both long on and long off. Chase it down. Sharma got there first and they pick up a single at the end of 8 overs, 2 for 72.
Old Macto has lots of trucks. Call him up Macto. And those trucks tow lots of cars. He freights cars Macto. With a Mac.
A genuine Australian family-owned company servicing Melbourne's roads since... Call Macto on 1300 Macto.
Call him up Macto.
1300 622 69.
130 Macto.
No relief either here, Brett. Single off the last ball. It was good batting. So, nervous times here. Run back into the attack here. Where's David going to go here? He hasn't looked to entertain the people on the hill just yet, Brett. I wonder how long that's going to last. I want to say that with some bombs into the crowd. Tries to flick that one away. Goes in that direction. But all on the ground. Just a single. Mitch Marsh will come on strike.
Well, he's 10 off 13, Mitch Marsh. He's barely seen it. David 54 from 25. Just the power of the man.
Daft trucks keep you moving. Room to continue. Down the ground. Don't think he's got all of it. In fact, he hasn't. Deep mid-off will come around. They should take the catch and move. Mitchell Marsh has got to go. It's an important wicket. Maroons picked up the wicket. Gosh, India needed that. 3 for 73, Brett Jeeves.
Yeah, well, they need Tim David.
Yes.
Marsh couldn't quite find a groove tonight. It's well bowled from Varun. He's stuck in the wicket a little bit. Good catch at long off. I was quite surprised Mitch Marsh has hit that high into the air to long off and just walked off. No attempt at a single. If he dropped the catch, it would have been scampering to actually get back to the striker's end. Bit of a bizarre move, but we'll let the crowd do the talking here as Mitchell Owen enters the playing arena.
To a raucous ovation, as you would imagine. Chemist Warehouse replay screen. Platinum, the new fragrance by Messi, only at Chemist Warehouse. We've got the two Hurricanes now. Brett Jeeves, and potentially you've got 10 or 11 overs of them.
Well, I'd be bringing Bumrah back straight up. He's kind of the key here. I know it's he's got 6 balls left.
He does.
In the innings, but you really need to break this partnership. And I think for Mitch Owen, Bumrah up front it's a really good matchup. He's probably a little susceptible to quick bowling early on, particularly someone like Bumrah who Owen has seen a lot of. I think it's worth burning for Bumrah here in the hope that you can break this partnership. It's 4 for 70 and one of the danger men gone. Shifts that momentum again.